G'day everyone, it's Joe here from thekissprinciple.net, and guess what? The sun is out. I mean, you talk about Melbourne weather. I mean, yesterday it was stormy and hail. It was absolutely pouring down. But just look at today. I mean, it is beautiful. Well, I'm out on the deck here this morning enjoying the sunshine. But I want to share with you a little bit in the weekly word about something that is pretty close to me. And I hope that this helps someone when it comes to making different kinds of decisions in life. Not too long ago, we had to make some changes in our family concerning lifestyle and different matters that are related to that sort of thing. And I was thinking back to some of the changes that we had to make as a family. And by the way, this is all changes for the good, by the way. And I was part of the decision-making process for these sort of things. And for me, I wanted to stay in the old way on how we used to do things. I sort of wanted to kind of just camp out over here and say, God, we're okay here. We're sort of comfortable. We're happy with different things that we are doing. But I don't really want to go over to here. Now, have you ever been in that kind of situation where you need to make decisions? It may be something concerning your health, it may be something concerning your finances, it could be your work, it could be school, it could be a business, if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, those sort of things. And I took a lot of these to prayer, and I said to God in my prayer time, God, could I have stayed over here and just kept doing things and trusted you, and it just sort of feels like that I didn't do things properly. It kind of almost felt like I was a bit of a failure or something like that. Could I have done it differently? And instead of having to move on over here and make these kind of changes. And I heard the Spirit of God talk to me in the midst of all of that, and he said, no, you didn't do anything that was incorrect. It is just a new season. It's time to move on. And the Spirit of God reminded me of the time with the Israelites. Now, if you look in the Old Testament, the Israelites, when they were let out of a bondage and God was leading them in the desert, that they followed a cloud in the sky. And you see, whenever the cloud moved, they had to get up and move with the cloud. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine that the cloud has stopped and you're having to now set up camp, set up house, and everyone's all getting comfortable and they're all, hey, this is not too bad. And all of a sudden, the cloud starts to move again. But hang on a second, we've only just gotten settled over here and now we've got to move again? And you see, our natural nature tends to be like that we want to stay in the place that we used to. We want to be familiar with things, and we just want to keep it that way. But you see, when it comes to flowing with the Spirit of God and going from faith to faith and allowing God to allow us to get better and better in our lives, we need to be in step with the Spirit of God. And it's just like the cloud. Now, of course, we don't follow the cloud like the Israelites did. We follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. But maybe there is an area that, perhaps it's an area in your life that you felt disappointed with, or you felt like you've hit a rough patch. It could be an area of health. It could be an area of finances. And you're just throwing your hands up and you said, hey, God, I wish it wasn't this way. God, why can't we just keep going the way it is like this? Why do we have to get up and move? Now, maybe, just maybe, God is asking you to keep going and to move on with Him because He wants to bring you into greater and better things. You see, anyone that obviously runs a business, or anyone that has an entrepreneurial mindset, I know a few people like that, they will see problems always as opportunities. Now, say if you hit a rough patch in your life, there's not going to be some kind of a neon sign up here that flashes opportunity, opportunity, We need to be able to train our minds that when we do hit a rough time or a rough patch, or it's an area where we need to maybe review what we're doing, we need to spin it around, and instead of seeing the negative side of it, we need to see the positive and say, you know what, God, yeah, it may be a difficult time or a rough time or something that, hey, it isn't working, but is there an opportunity there for change? Maybe, just maybe, if we hook up with you in reading your word and prayer, that you're going to lead us, God, into greater, bigger, and better things. Why? Because God himself, he loves us. He's our God and we are his people. So let's play this game of what if. I hear this all the time with people. They say, but what if this happens or what if that happens? Well, in fact, what you're really saying there when we say what if is we're saying, well, God, I don't know whether we're really going to trust you on this. But now let's spin this around again to the positive. What if we do this and we succeed? Say, what if we may be moving into a new area of business or health or finances or something like that? What if it all works out and we just absolutely blitz it and we say, hey, God, thank you so much for that. So that is the weekly word. Learn to look for those kind of opportunities and learn to move and learn to flow with the Spirit of God. So not when the cloud moves, but when the Holy Spirit is saying to us, hey, you know what? That season over there, it's over. It's time to move on to over here. New season, new opportunities, success, blessings, let's just flow with that. So as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, kissprinciple.net. Like us on our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. My name's Joe. Have yourself a fantastic week. God bless.